Howdy, guys. We are on lesson 176 of A Course in Miracles workbook. We are in the review. Oh, sorry. I'm still an amateur when it comes to these videos, but it's not about that. It's about getting the message out and getting us healed, getting us back to where we belong, not in this illusory world of good, bad, evil, innocent, Republican, Democrat. Whose side are you on? Is the weather good? Is the weather bad? I mean, it is all just nonsense because it is always changing. Now, it is our life, so take it just as it is. Embrace it all, the good, bad, and the ugly. But the best thing you can do if you really want to maintain that level of just peace and contentment, don't log in to the illusions. You can enjoy the illusions. You can desire them and manifest them, but you will, if there's an out of balanceness to your desires, you will feel that, and it will feel pretty awful because that energy is always changing, and anything that can change is not of God, and it can make you feel happy one day and quite depressed the next. That's what illusory, living in this dream is all about. When you awake, you are sitting on the peripheral in that awareness, in that space, knowing who you are, where you come from, where you're going back to, who your source is, having them at the forefront of your mind, God, source, universe, what have you. Christ is holding your hand. The Son of God is holding your hand. The Father, Holy Spirit, is in the forefront, leading the way. And you sit in just a state of peace, and you can sit from the peripheral watching the good, the bad, the ugly, and being okay with all of it. That is your truth. Just being okay with all of it, because none of it is your truth, the truth. It may feel like it's really happening, but when you can set your mind on default and go back to that space, to that truth, you will see how quickly things change without you doing really a damn thing. Okay, and that's how you know what is true and what is the untruths. Okay, so lesson 176, review, workbook. God is but love, and therefore so am I. All my glasses are broken, by the way. When I travel, I take them. I don't put them in a case, so they're all like, raw, they're cracked, the screws missing, so you get the point. All right, God is but love, and therefore so am I. First review from lesson 161. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. God is but love, and therefore so am I. And the second review idea from lesson 162. I am as God created me. I love that one. That one's my go-to. In the previous lesson that I just did, because I'm super behind, so I'm just trying to now I gotta play a little bit of catch up, but the reviews are easier because they're pretty compact and they don't get so lengthy unless I go blah 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 on and on and on. So maybe the case today, I don't know. But when I am activated, when my little, what I call my allergy flares up, and by my allergy I mean my triggers from the past that I haven't quite let go of, and yes, I still have those, annoyingly. One that I do go back with, especially when it's the fear and it's over like finances, because I've got to funny relationship with money. I always have. So I've been working the kinks out of that. I am as God created me. That one, and I don't remember what lesson this was from. Let me be still, for I am. Let me be still, for I am as God created me. I think that's one. Let me be still, for I am. Or let me be still, for I hear the voice of God. Now I'm just like making up lessons, but God doesn't care. Christ doesn't care. Nobody cares. Whatever gets you to the space, to back to your truth. Okay. And of course, we want to end it with God is but love, and therefore so am I. Do not forget who you are, what you are, where you came from. Never forget. We are in a mind training course because somewhere along the way, many lives ago, we got duped into thinking the separation from our Creator was the answer. And it is not. And when you feel like shit, or when you are flared up, like I'm going through a little activation right now, and not in a good way, no, that flare up is the indicator, that not great feeling is the indicator that where your mind is at has separated from God. When you calm the F down and remember what you are all about and where that safe haven is. So if the fear is over money and, oh my God, how am I going to pay the bill? Or I got a weird bill in the mail, or what about my future? Or somebody owes me money and I'm relying on that, whatever it is, because right now I'm kind of getting activated in that realm, and it's a scary feeling to be in. That fear is my indication that oh my gosh, what if A, B, and Z, fear should happen, whatever it is, however you word it in your mind. That discomfort is an absolute bam. I am not with Source. I have fallen away from God. Because those thoughts are not of God. So when I can reel it back in and say, hold on, wait a minute, I don't need to rely on my peace and my safe haven on money that's owed to me. What am I thinking? And even if I am low in my account, or at least that's what the dream is showing me, I have always been provided for. Always. There's always something that comes through by the hand of God when I get out of the way. So here's my process. Early today, I got a little flared up because past came back and just took over my brain. The ego's like, haha, we got you. And I said, oh yeah, you did. I'll be the first to admit. And then I say, oh, hold on, stop. Chris, stop. Reel it back in. If I think that my peace and happiness is absolutely reliant on this money coming through, and if I think that lambasting or absolutely just crucifying the person that I'm chasing after for this payment is going to get me closer to God, I am sorely mistaken. So reel it back, let the person go, let the payment go, go back to the safety net, the only place that is of comfort and safety, which is in that space with my Creator, with Source energy, with Source, with God. Christ is with us. Just come back with me to our Father and give it over to Him every single time. That's the process. Activation, and then the truth comes in. The voice comes in saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Is that really what is your reliance on your happiness? Is that figuring out in is that solution? Because this has been an ongoing kind of activation flare, but I don't even want to call it a problem. I don't want to, I have zero interest in making this real, because it is not. It is not. It is all just an illusion. It goes up, it goes down, it goes good, it goes bad. That's how we know it is not real. It is always changing in form. That is your indication. It's not real. And even though the problem feels real, you will be able to let it go when you can just immediately go zap. Okay, I just had like a brain bleed right there. Nope. Brain fart. Back to the truth. The truth is, my happiness does not rely on whatever is going on there. Go back to the truth. The truth is, I am safe. I think the previous lesson is, fear is the stranger here. My home, my true home, is completely safe because it is in the hands of God. It is in God's heart. It is in His arms. Christ has shown us this. So let's not forget that. And when you go back to that, you immediately feel released. Why is that? Like, just like that. No, the problem in the dream is still kind of there. So it really wants to say, look at me, look at me, look at me. No, you don't need to. You will be able to figure all of that out pretty seamlessly, but it not from a place of flare up and activation in the negative sense. That will work itself out, even with your help, but from the safe haven of God's arms. So you feel that release immediately, saying, hold on, wait a minute, I've always been taken care of. And it doesn't mean to go flagrantly, maybe overspending because you know God's got this, because that's out of alignment. That doesn't even feel that good. And again, when it feels out of balance or doesn't feel good, that means there's been a disconnection from source. 1000%. How do you feel better? Know that, let me just go back to let me take Christ's hand and allow Him to lead me back to Holy Spirit. And then all of a sudden it just feels this little deflation of that stress energy. It really does work. It is mental. People might call it mind tricks, mind games. Yep. Because mind is that powerful that you literally need to retrain, reprogram to get you however you need to get there. Because it all starts and ends in the mind. Everything that's going on in the dream as well starts and ends in the mind. That means it is a choice. It is a choice. And it's not up to any other individual. It is up to our own minds to decide, where am I going to go? And I'm going to go back to source, or do I want to go back into the dream and sit in a not fun, scary, unpredictable problem that hasn't really gone anywhere? Want to go back to source? My back is turned to all of this in a very healthy and balanced way, where I know it. I'm not going to hide from things that need to be taken care of, but I know if I allow my back to turn and get fortified where I need and go back to the safe haven, my strength, my power, I'm just like re-energized. And then the dream looks different. And that's when the miracles start to kind of flood in. Ideas, solutions, sometimes not just taking your hands completely off the wheel and it working itself out, or you having an idea and you can come at it with God's strength. Not you sitting in the illusion trying to figure shit out. It just doesn't work. Okay. Tangent, please. Okay, lesson 176. Review. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Give me your blessing, Holy Son of God. I am as God created me. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, God bless you. Love you. Take care.